feels like the perfect night for Swiftcast, a Taylor Swift podcast by the fans for the fans. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the very first episode of Swiftcast, the Taylor Swift podcast by the fans for the fans. I'm Belle.
I'm Ashley.
I'm Emily.
And I'm Haley.
So, welcome, you guys. We're so excited about this. You probably recognize me and Haley from Taylor Talk, the Taylor Swift podcast. This is a brand new podcast, and it's not really like an extension of Taylor Talk. We got to a point with Taylor Talk where there was just so much to go through. There was so much happening with Taylor all the time, and there's so much happening with her fandom. And a few of us decided to kind of create this second podcast. Some of us decided that we wanted to take the show in a bit of a different direction. And the main focus of this one is not just on Taylor and her life, but it's also on her fans. And the reason I'm saying that is because Taylor has an amazing fan base, and Taylor has such an amazing message that she, gives to us with everything that she does, all the times that she's always visiting with cancer patients, all of the inspiration that she gives us, and I think that her fan base, it's really important to sort of, carry that message that she tries to give us, and that's how we can thank her for being such a good inspiration to us, is by passing along that inspiration. So that's kind of what this show is going to be about. It's not just Taylor, but it's everything that Taylor inspires.
Basically, this show is about you.
Yes.
You, the Swifties, you, the fans, and what's going on in your life, in addition to Taylor. So since this podcast is basically about you, we want to go ahead and tell our backstories about ourselves so you can connect with us a little bit more.
And in future episodes, we want to hear your stories. We want to know how you became a Taylor fan, how she inspires you.
And we definitely want to hear from all of you guys as frequently as possible. So towards the end of the episode, we'll let you know a bunch of different ways that you can get in touch with us, because that's one of the main things we really want to do, is to hear your stories so we can share them with all of our listeners. So definitely listen for that. And with that being said, we thought it would be good for each host to tell you a little bit about ourselves. So I'm Ashley, and I've been a Taylor fan since about 2007. At the time, I was 18. I was going through a breakup, and as I'm sure we can all relate to, I heard Tim McGraw, and I was like, who is this girl? How does she know what's going on in my head? And it's pretty much been that way ever since. I just attended my 7th Taylor show, which was, I went to the 2 opening nights of the Red Tour along with Belle and Haley, and I'm hoping I can reach my 13th Taylor show in 2013.
13 and 13, I think we can make it happen.
I think so.
Yay! I'm Belle. Again, I'm from Taylor Talk, the Taylor Swift podcast, but before then, I am also a person who fell in love with Taylor's music by first hearing Tim McGraw on the radio. I was always listening to country music before Taylor Swift, but hearing her song is just, her lyrics are incredibly easy to connect to. I think that she's inspired me in so many different ways. In 2008, I created an independent country music magazine, and I put her on the cover, and at that point she was just an upcoming artist, and I had been on a cover before, so that was kind of exciting for me to be able to do for her, and kind of something I can look back on and, see how much she's grown since then and be really proud of her, because she's just come an incredibly long way in her career so far, and it's been fun being a fan since the beginning and being able to watch her grow like that. And I just think that a lot of the messages that she, sends out and the things that she says really inspires me to do, to work with my own passion, which is creative writing. And I published my first novel last year, and I actually dedicated it to Taylor Swift, because as she always says, if you hurt my feelings or break my heart, I'm going to write a song about you. Well, if you hurt my feelings or break my heart, I'm going to write a book about you, so...
And you're going to be the antagonist, just so you know.
Yeah, and you're going to be the antagonist if you're not very nice to me. So thank you for inspiring me, Taylor, and thank you for Taylor inspiring me to take negative things in my life and turn them into something positive for myself. And I think that is the most important lesson that she teaches everybody.
Truer words have never been spoken. Hi everyone, my name is Emily. I am actually very new at this podcasting thing, and I'm kind of new in the Taylor fandom. I actually have been a fan of Taylor since her first album, her self-titled album, but I feel like everyone's going to hate me for this. I really didn't like her that much at first, because I'm just not a fan of country music. So when Fearless came out, I started to like her more then. I got more into her music, And then by Speak Now, I was a fan. This year, I was just going through some problems in my life, and I was having some not so good thoughts in my head. And I just wanted to escape from everything. And then one night I got invited to Taylor's Live from New York City show during release week for Red, and it literally changed my entire life. Basically, that is the power of Taylor Swift, guys.
All right, my name is Haley. I also go by Junebug. I am a mom of a 4-year-old, so I'm a Swiftie mom in addition to all that. She loves Taylor, and We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together is her song.
She sang it to me before. It's so cute.
We will be sitting in the car, and I'd be listening to music, and she'll go, Mommy? I go, what? She goes, will you play my song? I'd be like, which song's yours? And she goes, We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together. I'm like, okay. So I put it on, and I always angle my rearview mirror down, and it's the cutest thing to see her in the back seat singing along to Taylor Swift. Because I've been listening to Taylor Swift longer than she's been alive. Or even a little blimp in the radar. So the fact that my daughter is pretty much growing up to be a Swiftie is amazing to me. I've been listening to Taylor since Tim McGraw and everything. All my friends call me obsessed, and it's hilarious because I personally don't think myself as obsessed. I own a few Taylor things. The only thing I could say is I often talk about her in any scene I'm in, and I often talk about what I'm doing in the Taylor community. So I believe of myself as just dedicated, just because she's helped me through so many hard times like everybody else. And I get why everyone can relate to her music, even though it was written from her experience. You can find a song to help you through whatever you're going through, and it gives you great power that someone so successful has been through this. It just helps you out a lot. And she's given us like the greatest gift in the form of a song that we can always go to. And because of Taylor, I have made so many friends. I can't even tell you how many friends I've made because of her. I've met Belle 3 years ago. I've been on Taylor Talk for about a year before starting this. I run a Colorado fan group. I have like the greatest friends. And they will stop and help a lending hand. And I think Swifties are one of the coolest people to be around.
They are.
So, I wanted to add something that I forgot to sort of talk about when I was introducing myself, which is sort of going back to what Haley was just saying about how she's made so many friends through Taylor. It wasn't really until, like, basically the Speak Now era that it actually occurred to me that I could just go to a Taylor concert by myself, which I did. I ended up going to the Louisville, Kentucky show, and it just didn't occur to me that if I just went and showed up, I would make friends with so many other fans there who were just awesome and so nice. And it just amazed me, like, how open and friendly all the people that I met there were. And that was when I really started getting more active on Twitter and just talking to other fans on Taylor Connect and just basically getting to know so many more fans in general, which was really awesome because if I hadn't done that, if I hadn't been open to getting to meet new people and basically trusting them just because of our connection of liking Taylor, I probably wouldn't be on this podcast because I don't even know if I would have met Belle and Haley. So it's really cool just the way that Taylor connects people. Taylor Connect.
And we're glad that you did. You're an awesome person.
Taylor fun.
But yeah, I'm really glad I did, and I'm really excited to be doing this. So,
and I think a Taylor concert is one of the only places you can go and just start talking to someone and get close to them and see how cool people are. Because you meet so many cool people at concerts, or at least her concerts.
I have had an amazing time going to concerts with, people that I've met through being a Swiftie. I mean, I went through Omaha with Ashley and Haley, and then I went to Newark with Emily.
And Maya.
And Maya, we love you, Maya. Shout out to Maya. So something really, really exciting happened today. You guys know what happened today?
What happened today?
The ACMs were on!
They were.
The Academy of Country Music Awards.
I think what's so incredibly exciting about tonight's awards was that, the first time that Taylor ever attended and sang at the ACMs, she sang the song Tim McGraw to Tim McGraw. And she was just a teenager, and you could tell she was kind of nervous, but really excited, and she just looked like she was in awe to be able to sing this song to her idol.
And the great thing about that night was that was the very first time she ever met Tim McGraw.
Yep,
at the end, she was like, "Hi, I'm Taylor Swift."
It was so cute. It was so cute. And then tonight, I feel like, a moment like that kind of came full circle because she got to sing the song that's on Tim's album that she co-sang with him called How I Don't Care. Her and Keith Urban got to sing that with Tim tonight. And I feel like if I were in her shoes, that would be like a monumental moment to me.
It probably was. Just because, like you said, it came full circle.
For me, that would be like getting to dance with one of my idol ballerinas.
You could just tell on her face it was a really special moment for her, and that was really cool to be able to see.
I think it's quite appropriate that she got that moment during 2013, since this is supposed to be her lucky year.
That's true. That's true. So many good things are happening to her in 2013 with her tour and everything else. It's so exciting. Speaking of her tour, how many shows are we in now?
I think there's been 9.
There's been 9?
I'm pretty sure.
That's crazy. That makes me feel so weird because I'm like, I've already been to 5.
Oh my god, more than half of them. I've been to a third of them, and these were my first concerts.
Other than Letterman, this is your first actual Taylor tour concerts, weren't they? Exciting! As we were talking about earlier, going to Taylor concerts and meeting people is really awesome because Swifties are just such nice, friendly people. And so, you guys should definitely network with each other and with us and, come say hi if we're all at the same concerts.
We would love that. We love meeting.
We do love meeting people. I met so many new people at the Newark shows that I'm friends with on Twitter now and Facebook and everything.
In addition to what shows you're going to go to, we want to hear and see about your concert outfits and costumes and banners and signs and anything else you create for the tour. We want to see them, and we'll put them on our Facebook in a photo album, and you can go to our Facebook at facebook.com/Swiftcast13.
Yeah, definitely. We want to see all of your fan pictures of you and your friends dressed up and making signs and having fun at Taylor concerts. Definitely. So send those our way if you have them, and we will tag you and put them up on our Facebook like Haley said. Yay! Also, as you guys have probably heard by now, Taylor, when she gets out on the B stage, she does a mystery song every single show. And then, of course, there is the awesome special guests that occasionally show up, like when Neon Trees joined Taylor on stage in Newark, and when Train joined Taylor on stage in Newark. Those were amazing performances. I was so excited to be able to see them. And I just wanted to make one prediction, and we're going to see if this happens or not. I think that at one of the Florida shows, Flo Rida is going to show up. So, I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there, and we're going to wait and see. I think that would be a pretty darn good night. So, speaking of having good nights, we want to introduce you to our mini segments. If you've ever listened to Taylor Talk, you probably remember that we have these mini segments that you guys can submit things to. I think they have, what was our mini segments, Haley?
You know you're a Swiftie when and if Swifties rule the world. So if you have any of those, go tweet Taylor Talk 13 and give them some. But I want to introduce you to ours. It's going to be, it feels like the perfect night to ... and Swiftie problems.
This is my favorite.
So, we got some of our first submissions, so thank you to everybody who submitted for our very first show. We're excited to have you on it. Haley, why don't you go ahead and start those off?
And this is really special to me, because I was one of the first mini segment submissions on the last podcast. So I want to give a shout out to the first one on ours, the Swift Factor, and they said, I read the word 22 aloud in literature class and had to restrain myself from breaking out in song. Swiftie problems.
feeling 22.
This next one is also a Swiftie problem, and it's from Taze Pegacorn 13. It says, missing the moment when Taylor tweets because of time differences. Swiftie problems.
That is a problem.
I bet you that's gonna be hard for people in Europe, because they're, like, sleeping with
Yeah, I have friends who are Swifties in Australia, and they constantly complain about this.
Our next submission is by RapDavid19. Shout out to you, you're awesome. It feels like the perfect night to watch the Speak Now World Tour DVD with my sister. Yes! I love the Speak Now World Tour DVD.
I just pulled it out of storage. I can't wait to watch it again.
This next one is another Swiftie problem, and that's actually from Belle, but I will read it. I love it, though. She submitted, saying, Taylor pun when someone you barely know inadvertently references a Taylor lyric, only to get a blank stare from them in return. Swiftie problems. I've definitely
you're
done
not
this.
alone.
I was talking about a movie the other day, and someone was like, oh, that's such a great love story. And I'm like, oh, just say yes. And then they just looked at me like, what?
Oh.
It's like, never mind.
That is
Sometimes
perfect,
I'll be talking to someone, and they'll say something, and then I'll say, like ever, and they never get it.
Oh my
Like,
God,
ever?
I say that all the time.
I know, it's become a thing. For sure. So, another thing that we wanted to add into our mini segments for you guys is that, earlier I was talking about how Taylor inspires us as fans. And so what I wanted to do is have a Taylor quote of the week. And the Taylor quote of the week would be something inspirational that she says. And she says a lot of inspirational and a lot of really interesting things. And then just talk about it. And, as fans, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the new Taylor quote of the week up on our website at swiftcast13.com. Every week. And what you guys can do is you can submit, like, stories as to, like, you know, how that quote has affected you, if you can relate to it in your life, you know, how things that Taylor has said has basically, like, improved your life, or made your life better, or your perspective better, or things like that. So, the quote that we chose this week is, no matter what happens in life, be good to people. Being good to people is a wonderful legacy to leave behind.
And it really is a wonderful legacy, because you remember when someone's bad to you. You don't get that many people who are good to you. So when someone is making you feel good and being good to you, it stands out a lot. I had an uncle who never said anything bad about anyone or talked negatively, and that's what he was remembered for, was being that guy that you can always talk to and, you know, never gossip, never said anything bad. So it really is a wonderful legacy to be remembered that way.
And I think Taylor really embodies that, because even in the face of any adversity and any criticism that she may have ever had, she never stoops to anybody else's low. She always handles everything with so much class. And yes, she might write a song about it, but she does it in such a way that is very, in my opinion, very classy, and really just focuses on staying positive and focusing on the positivity that she wants to convey to her fans no matter what. And I think that she's always been that way, and I think we can expect her to always be that way, because that's truly who she is. It's not an act.
I agree with that fully, and I think that it's really inspirational to think about that, because there are so many times that somebody is going to say something rude to you. There are so many times that people are going to hurt your feelings, or insult you, or push you down to try and pull themselves up. And that leaves you with a choice. That leaves you with a choice of how to react. You can, hit them back, an eye for an eye, which just ends up with two blind people. Or it's true. I mean, at the end, it's true. I mean, an eye for an eye leaves you with two blind people. Or you can choose to take their negativity and turn it into something positive for yourself. And instead of saying, instead of reacting in, like, a negative way toward them, or, hitting them because they hit you, I think that what Taylor does is, she has said this before, when someone hurts her feelings, she just doesn't talk to them. And then she works on her feelings, she writes a song, and that's how she lets you know how she's feeling. And that's not only beneficial to you, so that you get, like, some honesty from her, but it's also beneficial for her, because, like, she's doing something positive with herself and her life. I mean, I think, a lot of teenagers, well, I'm sure we all heard the stereotypical, let's go drink, let's go do this, let's go do that to deal with our problems. well, I mean, she's telling you it's fine to channel your problems into something, but channel them into something that's going to help you, both physically and emotionally, you know? And that's what I was talking about when I was talking about, like, my writing, is that Taylor is the one who basically showed me how to do that. And so every time that I think about, you know, her quotes saying being good to people, I think, well, this is how I want to react, but what would be the best way for me to react in the long run, you know? And I think, like, if you are always nice to people, then if they're not nice to you, they look like the bad guys. If you're always going to treat people with respect, and they're not going to treat you with respect, that's always going to be on them.
Yeah, but then there are those people who it's like, they're just like, oh my god, we are such good people, and it's just like, no, you aren't.
Well, you know, but that's the whole thing that, you know, again with Taylor's quote, is being a good person isn't just being a good person when it's convenient for you.
Exactly.
Being a good person is being good to everybody, whether you like them or not, or whether you agree with them or not. It's having respect for other people. And I think that Taylor is a very opinionated person, and I'm a very opinionated person, so I can relate to this, but you still have to respect people.
Exactly. You can have disagreements with things. I mean, you can have disagreements with things, but when you stoop to a low level, that's when things get bad, and you just have to respect everyone's.
And I think Taylor has always acted in a way where she's respecting you. I mean, she's honest about her feelings, which in my opinion is very important, but chooses to speak and behave in a respectful manner, even if she's being honest about her feelings. And I think that is a lesson that everybody should take from her if you want to call yourself a fan. So that quote, I don't know, that quote really inspires me personally, just because it gives me a lot to think about when somebody does hurt my feelings and is mean to me, and I have to kind of stop and think, okay, how should I react to this? You know, and then I hate to say it, but this is going to sound so cliche, but it's like, what would Taylor do?
No, it's
but it's true.
It's true.
It is
and
true.
It's not always easy to do that and to do the right thing and to behave that way, but it really helps when you have a great role model and to think about what you would do in that situation.
So if you guys have a story about this quote, go ahead and email us, or Facebook us, or Twitter us. And Emily will tell you how to do that.
I was just about to say that. That is a very nice segue into how to get in touch with us. First off is our website. Our website is swiftcast13.com. The next way to get in touch with us is our Twitter, which is at swiftcast13. Our Facebook is facebook.com/swiftcast13. Our email is swiftcast13@gmail.com. And you can also get in touch with us at taylorconnect.com/swiftcast13.
So basically, all you have to remember is Swiftcast13.
Basically, everything is Swiftcast13. And speaking of, you know, our quotes and being good to people, I think Ashley has a really good story that ties in with that quote that I think that you guys should all hear about.
Thanks, Belle. So, some of you may have heard about this. I've been promoting this sort of contest/project that I've been running for the past couple of months on Twitter and Taylor Connect. But basically, a few weeks before the Bread Tour was going to start, I was thinking about how I'm fortunate because I had tickets to 3 or 4 shows and knew I could probably even get a couple more than that. And was thinking about all the people I've heard about who have never seen Taylor before and who were not able to get tickets for the Bread Tour, whether it was because they couldn't afford it or their parents wouldn't get it for them or any other reason. They've never seen Taylor and it's their dream to see her. So I started this contest called the Dreaming in Red contest, where basically all you had to do was write me an email or inbox me on Taylor Connect, telling me what seeing Taylor in concert would mean to you and why you weren't able to get tickets. And I went through all these letters and picked someone who I thought was really deserving and bought them tickets to the Red show of their choice. So our winner was a girl who chose to go to the Louisville, Kentucky show, which is coming up in May, so I sent her a pair of tickets so she can take her sister, and who's also never seen Taylor before. They're very, very, very excited, and I'm also going to that show, so I get to meet them. And I'm just really happy that I got such a great response for the project, and so many letters from so many people who were willing to share their stories with me, and then just the fact that how happy she was and to be able to go see her idol in concert, and I was able to make that happen. So that was really exciting. I'm still trying to keep the contest going throughout the tour because I know there are lots of people who either didn't get to enter in the first round or who are just finding out about it now, and just people who want to go to cities that are later in the tour. And I am still collecting letters and email submissions from anybody who has not been able to get tickets to see Taylor. So if you have not gotten Red Tour tickets and you would like to enter my contest, you can email me at dreaminginred13@gmail.com. And what I'm basically doing is I've had a couple of really nice people who donated a little bit of money. I'm waiting until the week of each show, and then I'm seeing what tickets are available at that time, what price they are, and if I have enough money to give tickets to anyone from that city. So definitely send me an email if you fit into that category.
Well, that's awesome, and I think that's an amazing thing that you're doing for people, and that's kind of exactly what we're about on this show is, once again, we're not just a podcast about Taylor, but we're an advocate for all of us fans. And I think that, what Ashley's doing, and that's the reason that I asked her to be on this podcast, is I think she's really amazing in being willing to help out these people, help out you guys to make sure that, we all get a chance to be able to see our idol and do all that stuff. And so I think that that's a really cool project, and I'm really happy that she's doing it. Yeah.
And what I'm hoping to be able to do is to start sort of a Facebook community page where I'm hoping other fans who might be fortunate enough to have extra concert tickets or even extra things like merch, t-shirts, bracelets, or whatever can come together on this page where people who are in the position to help other fans can say what they have to give, and we can help make more fans smile. People who aren't able to get tickets or people who might not even own a Taylor t-shirt. So look out for more information about how exactly that page is going to work, but if you or anybody you know has extra tickets or anything that you would like to help give to a less fortunate fan, definitely let me know, because I have gotten about 200 letters so far as this contest started in February, and I keep getting more every day. And I just wish so much that I could help everybody, because everyone deserves to see Taylor. I think those of us who have can attest to how amazing that is. And one of the things I'm also doing is taking all of the letters from everybody talking about why they want to see Taylor and putting them in a scrapbook that I'm going to try to get to her, so that we'll have everybody's letters and their first name and email address. So I think Taylor would really like to read those and to know how many of her fans out there who haven't seen her really want to. So, yeah, look for more details about that community page as I get that started, too.
I think a lot of you, we all have Twitters, obviously, all of us hosts. And I think a lot of the things that we have seen on Twitter about people talking about certain things from the Red Tour that we thought that we could kind of answer a few questions. I know the first thing that people are wondering about is the pit passes. And when I was in Omaha, for the opening Red shows, Haley and I were able to get pit passes for the very first opening night.
Which Belle surprised me.
Yes, I did. I did surprise her with those. And if there's any confusion about how you get those pit passes, you have to have had a Taylor Connect account from February 22nd or before. And you should have gotten an email that basically says that you were eligible to sign up for pit passes for one show of your choice per tour. And basically you just click on that email and follow that link. And if you don't have the email, I believe there's a thread on TC for if you didn't receive the email and you do have an account that's older than February 22nd. I'm pretty sure I saw a thread for that I know the mods are looking at. And basically what you basically do is you sign up for the city that you want, and they have 250 people that they can give pit passes to. So it is kind of a drawing. So you're not guaranteed to have access to them, but it's a chance. You could, and if you sign up for one city and you don't get picked, then you can sign up for another city. Like, you are able to have pit passes, like you're able to actually buy pit passes for one show of your choice. So if you sign up for, say, like LA and you aren't picked as one of the 250, you can sign up for another show that you might be at. They are $154 a piece, which is way less than you're gonna find on the StubHub or anything else when they're like 1,000 or more, So I think it's really great that TC is doing that for us, especially, us active Swifties. And that's how you get those passes. And you can buy up to 2 per account. So like you and a friend get to go. So
that's pre-sale. That's pre-pit. There are a couple ways to get pit at the concert, but you have to have a ticket already to get pit.
Yeah, you can also win pit through the Keds booth. You can potentially win tickets through the Keds booth, but you have to have, you can't go there and just hope that you'll win pit tickets. You have to have an actual ticket to the show in order to get into the venue to try to win pit tickets from other places. So the only place that you can buy pit tickets without having to buy another pit ticket would be ahead of time from Taylor Connect. So just make sure that if you are going to try and get pit tickets to a show, and you don't have them ahead of time, that you do have a ticket to get into the venue, because you're not going to be guaranteed to win them.
And it looks like for some cities where not everybody on Taylor Connect buys up all the pit tickets, they are putting whatever is left on Ticketmaster, but that's also not a guarantee, but that's something that you can check. So if you know that the Taylor Connect pit emails for a certain city already went out and you didn't get one, or if you got selected but you didn't purchase it in time, because that's another important thing. When you get the email that you're selected to buy pit, you only have 24 hours to make the purchase. Otherwise, your code expires. But if that does happen to you, I would suggest going on Ticketmaster a day or two later and seeing if they put any on there. Because if they have some left, they probably will put them there.
So, if you do get pet, send us pictures and let us know how much fun you had, because Haley and I had a blast.
Oh my god, we did have a blast.
It was amazing being that close. We loved it. Another thing that we see a lot on Twitter and Taylor Connect and other places are people asking about how to get into Club Red and what the tips are. Honestly, the biggest tip I can give you is go to the concert and have fun. And don't focus on solely, I want to get into Club Red, because, of course we all want to get into Club Red, but I feel like if that's your only focus is just I want to get into Club Red, then you're going to miss out on a really, really great concert. Again, the best advice that I can give you guys is, go all out. I mean, deck yourselves out in whatever costumes or whatever you want, but go with the mentality that you're going to have fun. I've done some great costumes already in the shows that I've been to. Haley, who is the amazing arts and crafts woman, made us little Red Riding Hood capes.
Belle,
and that was really fun.
We weren't Little Red Riding Hoods. We were Little Red
Taylor Hoods. Little Red Taylor Hoods. Maya and I made signs that basically said, I'm made of starlight, when you put them together and lit them all up, and we were just doing all this crazy choreography the whole show and had a great time. Emily and I did this whole entire thing with a scarf for All Too Well, and
I was dressed up as a fairy, and Polly saw me, and Amos.
I love the band. And, and go early and say hi to the band and just really make the best of your time.
I mean, I just want to say, definitely deck yourself out in whatever you want, but also make sure that you're comfortable, because if you're in some elaborate costume where you can't really dance around and have fun, you're not going to enjoy the concert as much.
Do not wear heels.
I've never met Taylor. I really want to meet her. I would love to get Club Red, but I'm not going to wear anything that will stop me from being able to jump up and down and dance and just go crazy, because that's really what I go to the concert for, is just to have fun.
And drink water a lot during the day to stay hydrated, and that will keep your energy up during the show. So drink water, have fun.
So in the spirit of us, wanting to be Swifties helping Swifties, we have some awesome things to share with you guys. We're going to be doing some giveaways.
Yay, giveaways! Woo! So our first giveaway that we're going to be doing is on Twitter. And you must be following us on Twitter, for one, because we will be tweeting a lot. So go and get us at Swiftcast13. Instructions on what to tweet us is on our website at swiftcast13.com under Fan Central. Oh my god, see? I have a problem with my R's. Don't make fun of me. You can enter as many times as you want, and our deadline is at 11:59 Eastern Time on April 15th, and the winner will be chosen and notified on April 16th. A copy of the Rolling Stones album with Taylor on the cover, and a Taylor Spiral notebook. The next giveaway we're having is on iTunes. And this one has a little bit to do with ratings. So after you're done listening to us, go to iTunes and leave us a 5-star review. And go ahead and tell us how much you liked it. And you could throw on some of our mini segments if you have something on there. Just tell people how awesome we are. It has to be a 5-star. And so once we get 13 5-star reviews, we will be picking a winner, and they will be getting a $15 iTunes e-card. So, but we have to get at least 13 to pick a winner.
Taylor's lucky number.
Exactly. And then after that, tweet us with your iTunes username and hashtag us, Taylor Swift, and Swiftcast on iTunes. That way,
all these instructions are on swiftcast13.com for you, so you don't have to remember from what we're saying.
Yep, exactly. All you have to do is go to the website, and it's all there for you. Our last giveaway is on Facebook, so go ahead and go like us on Facebook, and I will be giving away a Taylor necklace, which I have made from a personal photo that I have taken from the opening nights of the Red Tour. And once we get 100 likes, I will be picking someone at random to send this off to.
And her jewelry, her homemade jewelry, is amazing.
It's
really
gorgeous.
It's one of a kind that you are not going to be able to buy anywhere else. She is awesome at this stuff. We're actually going to be doing, these are a lot of giveaways to start off with, but we just want to, kickstart our Swifties being good to Swifties thing going on here. And we are going to be doing one giveaway every month, and it's going to be on the week of the 13th, wherever that falls. So if you guys have anything that you would be willing to donate for giveaways, if you would, want to be a Swiftie helping out a Swiftie, let us know. And we're happy to, basically take any donations that you have to host giveaways for. So we have another fun mini segment for you guys. As a Swiftie, you kind of come up with these words that only other Swifties understand. You guys have all been there, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So we kind of want to start basically a Taylor dictionary. And we want you guys to submit, words that you kind of quote-unquote invented that have to do with Taylor that, you might talk to your Swiftie friends about and use that word, and nobody but your Swiftie friends would understand them.
And then we will air this said word on the podcast, and then you guys can submit definitions for said word.
First word Ashley came up with our first word, and she came up with it inadvertently while we were in Omaha.
So the word I came up with is taycation. It's like vacation, except it's a taycation because your trip only consists of Taylor concerts.
Oh my god, that was newer.
Yes. That basically was my version of spring break this year. I was going to Omaha for 4 days, meeting up with all my Swiftie friends and going to the 2 Taylor concerts. So I would personally pick a taycation over a vacation anytime.
I agree. We had an awesome taycation.
I'm so jealous I wasn't there.
But you were in Newark, and we had our taycation there.
Yeah, but you were at both taycations.
So if you guys have a definition for a taycation, contact us.
Yeah, if you guys have taken a taycation of your own, let us know. And submit also your own Swiftie dictionary words, Taylor dictionary words, that you guys have used among your friends and come up with. So again, there's different ways that you can contact us to submit for all of these mini segments, and all of the mini segments are also listed on our website at swiftcast13.com. So until next week, you guys have an awesome time at the Orlando concerts, everybody that's going. Let us know how those go. Contact us, tell us your stories, tell us the costumes that you wore, or the things that happened when you were there. And also contact us with just feedback on the show in general. If there's something that we're not doing that you'd like us to do, or something that you don't like, let us know, because we really want to tailor the show to Swifties.
Taylor the show, Taylor fun.
Taylor puns! Hashtag Taylor puns. So I just want to thank you guys for listening to our first episode. I think we all had a pretty good time.
Yeah.
We had a blast.
I did.
We had a blast.
Yeah? You had a blast. You had a Taylor good time.
Oh.
So,
That's going in the Taylor dictionary.
Yeah, Taylor good time. That does need its own definition, doesn't it?
Oh my goodness.
Alright. So, for episode 1, this has been Belle,
Ashley,
Emily,
and Haley.
wishing you guys an awesome week, and we will see you guys, and we will speak to you guys next week. Thank you for listening to our first episode.
Bye.
bye.
Bye. We are in no way directly affiliated with Taylor Swift.